What's going on, everybody? This is Saturday, and I know I've been missing for some days, but I'm gonna get this posted tonight. It's not gonna be everywhere tonight, but I'm gonna get this tonight. It's 9:20 p.m. I just got off of work not too long ago, but I'm about to get this up tonight for you guys within the next hour and a half. That's what I'm going for, right? Give my 30 minutes of your time. And I just want to stop by to say, P. Diddy did it, y'all. We gotta stop playing. We gotta stop playing. Like, we really gotta stop, man. P. Diddy did everything, in my opinion, that they said he most likely did. Right. And I want to jump right into it. I did just lower the gain on my microphone if y'all wondering. Right. So check it out, man. I see a lot of y'all to say, hey man, since when is a what y'all call it, a freak? Lower that game too. Since when is a freak on, or whatever they want to call it, illegal? I see a lot of people saying that. Now let's think logically. Do you think that Homeland Security raided these men's homes X amount of months ago, then came to charge him with a RICO, right, for racketeering and sex trafficking and other things without proof that he did these things? Come on, man. Let's think logically here. Is having a party illegal? No. Is having a sex party illegal? No. Is having a party, a sex party, with drinks there illegal? No. Is having a sex party with drinks there and possibly marijuana there? No. But the line gets tangled if at that same party we just described that someone is forcing. But let me step back. That same party, right, and money being thrown around also is not illegal. Could be a strip joint, right? But now when you're paying for it, now we're talking about prostitution. Again, also depends on what city and or state that this happened, if prostitution is legal or not, right? So now we're talking about prostitution. Now, take that same party that I just mentioned with the money being going around. If money is exchanging hands for sexual favors, right, and someone in that between the two, 3, 4, however many people is in this sexual favor situation currently, is being forced, coerced, or threatened while money is exchanging hands, in that situation, that is sex trafficking. Let's quit playing. Now, none of us have seen the tapes. I'm under a clear assumption that whatever they saw on the tapes makes it sex trafficking. Y'all don't know if P. Diddy on these tapes threatening women, or is he being violent to these women, right? Is he talking to them in a way, coercing them? I heard that he was giving them drugs unbeknownst to them. Now again, I'm not saying he did these things. I want to make it clear that I did not say that. I'm saying let's put 1 and 1 together, and it's supposed to be 2 unless you Terrence Howard. 1 + 1 is 2. At least it used to be. It's supposed to be. Right. So again, I'm under the assumption on whatever they say he did, he most likely. Whatever they say he did. Then if he's doing it under the banner of Bad Boy Entertainment or whatever his current one of his companies is called, yes, now we into racketeering. Right? You disguise illegal activities under a business, and then those illegal funds could be funding those business ventures and things of that nature that you're doing. Yes, they're going to come for him. I personally think Diddy did it. Now, if we take anything into account, it would be the Cassie tapes. According to Diddy, on his own rebuttal, right when he went on Instagram after the tape came out and said that was him, right? He admitted that he didn't say R. Kelly thing. He said that's his brother, his twin, something. He said that was him, and he was in a bad way at that time. Now, if you did that to Cassie when you was in a bad way, why wouldn't I think that you did it to other people when you was in that same bad way? Now, is this the Diddy that we think of now? Who knows? Possibly not. We don't know if the tapes are current that they're talking about, that they're older that they're talking about, if they're just completely old. During the time that he was around Cassie, maybe we don't know. It could be 15 or 20 years worth of tapes from him doing things from back then to now, or just for a period of time. And the statute of limitations most likely has not ran out on whatever it is that they have. Right? So, again, Homeland Security don't raid your house for nothing. They most likely had once Cassie came out and made her situation public, and he paid that hush money. And then once old boy, I feel uncomfortable saying his name. The dude Rod Jones, I think his last name Jones, Rod. And he had his allegations along with other people having their allegations. They probably start looking into it, man. Probably start interviewing these people, talking to them behind the scenes, trying to get whatever information they could. Kind of knew the setup or layout of whatever the case was of his homes, where tapes could be, where evidence could be. And once they felt like they didn't talk to enough people and they had enough corroborating stories, that they went in. They set on these tapes, videos, we just gonna call them tapes, whatever media that they have, for months. They set on this for months, probably going through, and no pun intended, combing through all of the tapes, all of the evidence that they could way before they got here. What's telling to me is after that happened, Diddy wasn't Diddy after that. And no one can tell me he was. I haven't even seen that man on TV since they raided his homes. And that's unlike Diddy. No interview, no television appearance that I've seen. Me personally, I can only talk about what I've seen. Right? No television appearances, no interviews, no new media, whatever the case is, not premiering no new songs, no new beats, no collaborations. I didn't see anything. Heck, I don't even think I seen the party. That's telling to me that you know that they have something and you're worried about it. That messed your whole mental and emotional state up to where you just sitting in the house, probably sad, depressed, day in and day out, like, dang, I wonder when it's gonna be, when it's gonna be, what it's gonna be, what, dang, what, okay, let me prepare, get to my lawyers, talk to my lawyers. Hey, I think this was coming. I had to volunteer some information to them so they can be properly prepared. That's telling. Otherwise, he should have been moving the exact same if there was nothing to anything that they were saying. Even if it was just a quote unquote freak off, he still should have been moving the same because he did nothing wrong. Right? The fact is, he cut everything out after the raids. He didn't do anything that I saw. He stayed to himself, stayed inside, chilled, most likely got his affairs in order. Right? Also, what's telling is the fact that he posted or attempted to post a $50 million bond. They tried to offer $50 million along with his passports. And the judge said, nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm good. They don't want you on the streets, man. They do not want you on the streets. That's telling as well. Right? they sending a sign to you and possibly to anybody else that might have been taking part in those activities that was doing something illegal. Now, let me clarify this. Let me just because someone was there don't mean they did anything, and I don't say that those people are guilty because they attended a party, probably thinking it's a party. They probably didn't hear whatever happened in a whole nother wing of the mansion or part of the building or whatever the case is. So I'm not saying everybody who was at the parties are guilty. I wouldn't go so far to say that. Or everybody who was at the parties did something that they weren't supposed to do legally. I'm not gonna say that. Right. Um, but clearly something happened there. And if you notice, a lot of people that's normally around Diddy, that's normally out, I don't see a lot of them either. Right? A lot of people is saying the Kevin Lyles thing looks funny as heck. If you didn't know, Kevin Lyles, big music man as well, stepped down the day P. Diddy was sentenced. Well, not sentenced, but the day he was picked up, right? The day of his indictment. He stepped down. Now he's been known to be close to Diddy as well. And people are taking that as some sort of guilt on his end as well, or if not guilt, some sort or form of participation that he don't want to come out as well. Right. So I don't know, man. Me personally, I think Diddy did it. I think he did it. And a lot of people going to keep bringing up, man, it's just a freak off. It's just a freak off. You again, you don't know what happened at these parties. Just because they're just saying the term party, you're taking it literally as a party, but they're telling you, we're giving you the charges. They're telling you what possibly took place at these parties. Sex trafficking. You can, I mean, how is it sex trafficking if it's just a party of sex? Well, clearly something happened at the party that made it sex trafficking. You didn't see the tapes. They did. Let's stop playing ignorant, please. And again, I'm not saying he's guilty. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a judge or jury. I do feel that whatever they're saying, as far as his charges, he did. I will say that. That's what my gut and head is telling me. That whatever's on those tapes is making him look bad. And I feel like when that comes out in the court, that he's going to be doing a whole heck of a lot in those tapes or on those tapes, right? I can picture what he did to Cassie, him doing to women on those tapes if they didn't want to participate in this, that, or the other. Threatening them, kicking them. You see what he did to Cassie. Cassie is a beautiful, I would say was a beautiful woman. Is a beautiful woman and was a beautiful young lady. Right now, I don't know. Everyone has their flaws and things of that nature. So I don't know. She could have put fuel on the fire, whatever the case is. I don't know. In that particular video, she did not. Looks like she was trying to leave, and clearly, what he did was overreact by far to someone just trying to leave. Right at that point, that looks bad. Kicking a female when she's on the ground, trying to. That looks crazy. Then attempting to drag her looks crazy. Excuse me. Looks crazy, man. Crazy. If that was him on them tapes, if that's him, but doing it on those tapes, man, I don't want to hear nothing. And again, I'm not praying on nobody's downfall. I'm hoping that those things are not true, right? But the fact of the matter is, the government don't typically do RICOs or indictments lightly. We know one thing about the federal system is by the time they come get you, they have a mountain of evidence to come get you. We know that about them. Once they come get you, they have a mountain of evidence to come get you. These are not. This is not the state. This is the government, right? Although they're trash at times, they're normally thorough with their with their charges, investigations, and their legal system. It's normally thorough. Um, One thing I will say is I don't feel like Diddy would tell anything. I don't think Diddy can tell anything, right? Again, there's tapes. So I don't feel like it would be nothing needed for him to tell on as far as certain individuals go, because the individuals might be on the tapes now. For individuals that's not on the tapes, I still don't feel like Diddy would say anything. I think if I look at the charges that Diddy has, I think each one of them carry like a 25-year sentence, like a 15-year minimum or something like that, if I'm not mistaken, for each one. That's still life. On three of the charges, even if he got 15 years, that's 45 years, right? 30 years is life. Um, and then you got unlimited witnesses. I'm gonna say unlimited, but numerous witnesses, most likely from the tapes. In the tapes, they probably got the tapes and contacted as many people as they could that's in the tapes. Got them as with. Oh my god, it's probably ridiculous. Anywho, I digress. I think would be facing so much time that even if he told on people, that he would still be in jail for possibly life. So I don't know if it would behoove him to tell. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is Diddy in his 50s, right? Possibly. Is he in his 50s? So if he get the 15 and 15 is 45. Let's say out of the three of those, let's say he get 30. Let's say 10, 10, and 10. That's the He'll get out when he what, 85? On the high end, he'll never come home. I don't feel like it's gonna behoove him to tell, me personally. I think he just gotta take that to the grave. They're gonna get whoever they can get on the tapes, and it just gotta be that, right? So I don't think a lot of people got anything to worry about. And that matter because there's so much time. You know what I'm saying? If anybody also know the federal system, they don't typically do deals like the state, right? Once they got you, they got you. They don't really do deals like that. You know what I'm saying? And again, he has some serious charges, and his stuff carries so much time that I don't even know what type of deal they would make that he still wouldn't do at least a 30-year bid in there. You know what I'm saying? He would have to do the Frank Lucas. And y'all seen Frank Lucas deal, right? Frank Lucas had to give up all the police and had to give up his family members. So I don't see that coming. But y'all, I need y'all to stop. I need y'all to stop saying, "Hey man, this just a freak off." But they picking on Diddy. Why they why they doing this, man? Just a freak off, man. How you get sex trafficking with let's please stop playing stupid. Please, let's stop playing stupid. Y'all know why they got that man. And y'all, we've heard stories and rumors of what could possibly be on or going on in these parties that we now known as freak offs. What's going on in some of these parties, and heard the stories on who might have been participating in these parties, men and women. We've heard of this a long time ago. Now, when they finally come getting forward, everybody's like, oh man, why would they get Diddy, man? It's just a party." No, let's stop doing that. I get that some of y'all like Diddy, some of y'all love Diddy. He probably did a lot for some of your communities. Um, Probably gave back in some way, shape, or form in some of his communities, his city, his state, or to the music community. I'm saying possibly, you know what I'm saying? But let's not act like he possibly haven't done bad things. Right. I'm trying to get my vocabulary fixed with saying stuff like ain't. So I'm trying to catch myself sometimes, right? So let's please stop that. We've heard of the rumors about Biggie. We've heard the rumors about Tupac, right? We've heard the rumors about Kim Porter. It's speculation about Craig Mack. speculation, a little less speculation, but some people say it could always be something in the game about Black Rob. You know what I'm saying? Just people wondering how people who around you keep dying that often, right? So let's stop that. And again, I'm not saying that the man had anybody killed anybody, or anything of that nature. I'm not saying that he did anything at these parties. I don't know what he did or didn't do. I'm just going off the optics. I'm going off the verbiage, and I'm going off of the moves that's been made so far, which has clearly been chess, not checkers, right? Um, and I think some of y'all just gonna have to come to the conclusion that Diddy is probably going to be gone for a long time. Um, I do feel sorry for kids that's involved. Um, I feel sorry for any type of information or footage that might come out or get leaked that has innocent people on them or involved who faces might be shown or names might come up. You know what I'm saying? Because with that can sometimes come embarrassment, um, not only for themselves but for their family. They might have did some things in some of these parts that they done moved on from. The victims I'm speaking of, that they might have moved on from, and tried to put this behind them, but here it comes again. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Um, I do believe he's going to jail for sure. For a fact, I do believe Diddy is definitely going to jail. Now, how much time depends. I personally think it's still going to be a lot of time. A lot of time. Me personally, not unless he's giving up every dollar he owns, along with every person on the tape by name, everybody that's not on the tape by name and got some evidence on them as well. And like, you have to give up every single thing. But then he'll probably have to go into witness protection, change his name and everything like that. So, which I don't think is would happen. But I do believe he's going to jail for sure, and he's going to be gone for a while, for a long time. Does he deserve it? Some people say, yeah. Some people say it's karma from a lot of things that's been attached to his name over the past 25 years or 30 years, really, since the Shine incident, which was the shooting with Diddy, J Lo, and Shine from 1995. Um, Stemming from that, so it's been what, 29 years. Oh 05, 15, gonna be 25. Yeah, 29 years. Again, Tupac was um taken in 1995, Biggie 1996, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly. And people say he has something to do with that. Again, I'm not saying that, but some people will say that this is karma for havoc that you've um, caused for the past 29 years. I see a lot of people online saying that they believe Puffy was taught like this and raised like this in the music industry to think that he can belittle people and treat them like property and things of that nature. Now, I don't know what that is, right? I don't know if um, the higher ups before him, some people say Russell Simmons and a couple others taught P Diddy this behavior, that this was learned behavior. I don't know nothing about that. I do believe that at some point in time you'll reap what you sow, and in order that you'll pay the Pied Piper. You know what I'm saying? I do believe when at some point in time your scales will have to balance itself. It will have to balance itself. And if you're too much down on one end, that will balance itself, right? Meaning, what they say down south, the chickens come home to roost, right? Karma. If you believe in that, to me, I think it's just a life thing. You know what I'm saying? You can only do so much to any number of people before something comes back on you. But that's because you up the percentage every time you did something to someone, right? So if I do something to one person, to two people, to three people, there's still a chance that one of these people can have a domino effect that starts something that comes back on me. But what if I do something to six and seven to eight people? I just increase those chances, right? I just double those chances. What if I do something to 20, 30, 40 people? Now, every time I'm doing something to a person, not only am I affecting that person, I'm affecting the people around that person, whether it's their parents, their kids, their best friends, whatever the case, because they have to deal with whatever negative thing I did to the person. Right. Cool. I do something to 20 people. I increase my chance of something coming back on me. At some point in time, there could be a domino that stems from one of these people that I did something to. One of these people cannot take it for too much longer or cannot hold it for too much longer before they have to throw a little trinket out there to a news outlet or to the police or to the whatever the case is because I just done tested the water too many times to keep getting away with something. You get what I'm saying? So in that way, yes, it's karma, but I think it's just the life of percentages, right? It's just the life of percentages, right? You played the lottery long enough, you bound to win something. You played it the one time, you didn't get nothing. You played it two, three times, you didn't get nothing. But if you play it like 20, 25, 30, 40 times, yeah, you might have lost $1,000, $2,000, $5,000. But at some point in time, you might win something. You're gonna be $1 million. I don't know. You might win the $5 scratch off. You might win $10 on the, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna win something because it's the law of percentages. You know what I'm saying? I think he lost his law of percentages. He just kept doing a lot of negative things until it swung back around. That's all. But again, I do believe Diddy did it. And I'm gonna leave it there, man. Y'all let me know with y'all comments, uh, how you feel in the comment section below. I do appreciate you. I will get this up to y'all tonight. And I'll stay tuned for another show back to back tomorrow. Tomorrow, I believe I'm gonna do two just to get ahead. You know what I'm saying? Again, I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Make sure y'all hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure y'all rate the podcast on whatever it is that you streaming on. Again, I am tired a little bit right now. You know what I'm saying? So excuse me if I'm dragging a little bit. But please rate the podcast on any streaming platform that you are listening to us on, or if you're on YouTube or Chainflix. We are also on Chainflix. If you don't know what Chainflix is, Chainflix is a streaming platform, a crypto streaming platform similar to YouTube, and you can earn cryptocurrency by watching videos. Right. I just so happen to be a partner on Chainflix, right? And you can earn crypto by watching my videos or listening to our podcast on Chainflix, just like YouTube, but you can earn crypto over there by listening to the podcast. I appreciate you all. I appreciate you all. I appreciate you all. Make sure to stay safe and make sure you keep your family close, man. With that said, I'm out. Peace. Oh, matter of fact, let me get a listen before I go. That stay safe is to all the women out there and men, women specifically, but men too. You know what I'm saying? If somebody try to get you to do something that you don't want to do, you make sure to say, don't let them try to give you no drink. If they try to give you a drink, say they try to pop some with you, try to give you some type of Percocet or something. If they try to get you to do a line, if they try to get you to do anything that you don't want to do and you leave it there, be safe, be safe. Um, Make sure if you going to any type of wild party that you ain't never been to, around people you ain't never been around with, make sure you take somebody that you know that's gonna look out for you. You know what I'm saying? And again, man, y'all be safe, man. I'm out. Appreciate you.